this is Wild Crusade, and we're still hoping for Burning Crusade to come out. We haven't heard anything yet. We see people talking about it, and so I'm getting more excited.
Yep, it's gonna be there. It'll happen.
Anyways, well, this is Chris,
And this is Brandon.
and we're gonna bring you an episode about the Draenei today.
Who space goats?
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about the Draenei.
Okay, well, we're
Let's talk
we
about
all
the
know.
cutscene, because we saw them in the cutscene.
Yep, they were on the cutscene. I guess really on the cutscene, it's kind of like a month. It was like a month ago. A terrible explosion tore open the skies above northern Kalimdor. At that moment, the great ship Exodar, as you've seen in the video, plummeted from the heavens and crashed upon the world of Azeroth. Having fled the ravaged world of the Outlands, the noble Draenei used the dimension traveling Exodar to reach Safe Haven. So that was the ship that they were on. They were getting away from Outlands. Inspired by the tales of the heroic alliance that stood against the might of the Burning Legion, the Draenei have come to enlist aid in retaking their shattered homeland. Dedicated to preserving life and upholding the tenets of the Holy Light, the Draenei hope to gather a new coalition of warriors to battle the Burning Legion and put a halt to its horrific Burning Crusade. Ooh, name drop. Armed only with courage and their unshakable faith in the light, the Draenei look forward to finding the Alliance and ushering them towards the destiny that awaits beyond the skies of Azeroth. Now the fate of two worlds rests in your hand. Or the Draenei's hands.
Now, a quick overview about the Draenei. The Draenei are followers of the Naru and worshippers of the Holy Light. They originally hailed from the distant world of Argus, fleeing after I said that wrong, Sargeras tried to corrupt them. Then they settled on the Orcish homeworld of Draenor, where after a period of peace, they were brutally murdered during Gul'dan's corruption of the orcs. Finally, they settled in Azeroth to seek aid in their battle against the Burning Legion. Draenei were introduced in the Burning Crusade expansion. That's why we're
That's
talking about
why
it.
we're talking about them. That is correct.
So, they start off in Amenvale, which is part of Azeroth Isle. Amenvale is actually an island itself, but they consider it part of Azeroth Isle. And then once you get done leveling in Azeroth Isle, you can go north to Bloodmist Isle. And
Yeah.
so those are the new areas that they bring for the Draenei.
And we are going to tell you what classes they can be.
Well, their capital city, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
What is their capital city?
Exodar?
What is Exodar?
Do what?
What's the Exodar?
The Exodar is the ship that they were on,
Yup.
but it's also their capital city.
Yeah. So I think this is probably the only place that their actual city is a ship, but
Now, this ship, mind you, the ship is big. It's
Yeah,
got
it's
like
huge.
it's up and downs and roundy rounds and all kinds of stuff. So it looks like maybe it's a ship that when they take off on from their homeland, they're planning on not returning. So they almost take like a ship
It's
that
a
can
little
be
city, yeah.
habitated for long periods of time.
Yeah.
But it's almost like it's almost like a little city within itself.
Alright, so the classes.
Yeah, these are the guys. The classes are going to be what you're going to be able to use in order to help
So
the alliance.
So we're going to tell you the classes, but we're also going to tell you the reasons to pick that class.
Ooh, yes, we are.
So I'll let you
Well,
start it off.
okay. Well, I mean, you can be a warrior, a priest, a mage, a hunter, a paladin, and a shaman.
Yep. Now, warrior and mage. Some Draenei were dedicated to war and some were dedicated to magic, but their focus makes them quite skillful in neither. Their numerous battles in Draenor have helped them perfect these arts. And so that's the reasons for warriors and mages.
Now, the reason that they can be priests and paladins, the Draenei began to follow the way of the Naru, and in doing so, they became warriors of light and promised to help them fight against the Burning Legion. Their little Naru, it's you get like a little. That's one of their. We'll talk about that later. I guess it's like one of their deities, almost like a god, I guess.
Okay. And then shamans, which my shaman I leveled up was a Draenei. And shamanism and worshipping nature was once an alien tradition to the Draenei, but the broken spiritual seeker Nobundo heard the voice of the wind element while wandering in the wilderness. Since that time, Nobundo became a shaman, and under encouragement of Velen himself, some Draenei have followed in his footsteps. So for the Elias, the shaman class is exclusive to Draenei until the later release of Cataclysm, in which George also began to pursue the path of the elements. But we're not going to talk about Cataclysm.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother ballgame.
So, shamans, before Burning Crusade, shamans were only Horde. But now, since the Draenei are here, they brought shamans to the Alliance.
Yeah, I like that the Draenei could be shaman.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. All right. They could be hunters as well. Draenei have engaged in hunting since their time on Argus, where they hunted great horned beasts that resembled Tauren for sport. Hunting was the primary source of the Draenei's sustenance during their time on Draenor. And since their arrival on Azeroth, they have continued their practice. So they're natural hunters.
And then later they become other classes. But we're not going to talk about them because we're talking about Burning Crusade. So, other racials. Gift of the Naru.
Yes.
And it's a 3-minute cooldown, heals the target for 20% of their health over 5 seconds. So any class you pick, you'll have the gift of Naru where you can heal.
Yep. And that's not just used on yourself, that can be used on anybody.
Yeah. So if you're a warrior, guess what? You pick a Draenei, you gotta heal.
Guess what? That was the only reason I picked the Draenei for my warrior.
Yeah. But the only bad thing is, it's a 3-minute cooldown.
Yeah, but it's still nice in a pinch. I had it save me a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
They do have a passive ability. It is Heroic Presence. This is really nice for your group. Yeah. It increases your strength, agility, and intellect by 65. And it's skill at 100. That's at level 100. But it scales with your level. So, it'll scale as you go up. It won't be that off the beginning, but as you level up, that'll get higher and higher, and that actually goes for your entire group, not just you.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I believe so. Heroic Presence lasts for. Look, increases your it lasts. It's for the whole group.
All right, then gem cutting, because Burning Crusade brought jewel crafting. So the gem cutting, jewel crafting skill is increased by 10. So when I made my shaman's still to this day a jewel crafter.
Guess what? My warrior's still to this day a flower picker. Let's see, and they also have a passive resistance. They have shadow resistance. It reduces shadow damage taken by 1%.
It don't sound like much, but it is.
Now, there we go. Excuse me. The reasons for the racial traits. The Naru have taught Draenei a great deal of things, and with the help of the Naru, every Draenei has learned a basic spell for healing in the form of Gift of the Naru. Draenei have worked with gems for centuries in a variety of ways, such as jewelry or power sources, so they have more skill in gem cutting than any other race. The Draenei are devoted to the light and the ways of the Naru that all Draenei have a slight shadow resistance. So that's the reason for the racials that they have.
All right, so now many players have often referred to Draenei with terms such as what Brandon has called them, space goat and squid face, referring to their lower legs and facial tentacles, respectively. So that's kind of why he's been calling it that. But the Argai pet is likely a parody of the former term, and the Argai is a pet.
Yeah.
Or
now
companion.
I call if you want to. I mean, the reason I call him Squid Face is if you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean. The guy in there that has the squid face, they kind of remind me of him.
Davy Jones.
Yeah, Davy Jones. I don't know the movie, but now here's something that you may not know. These are like little facts, like he said, trivias. The male Draenei dance comes from the dance in the song "Tunak Tunak Tun" by Delar Mendai. The female dance is taken from several of Shakira's music videos, particularly "The Hips Don't Lie." Watch that video and tell me what you think. Get back to me on that.
I will. No. Draenei's NPCs are the only Alliance race that do not verbally call for help when they are attacked by an enemy player. However, like most other town and majority city NPCs, getting too close to them or attacking them will still cause the summoning of allied guards to defend them. So,
I didn't know that.
I didn't even know that. So if you go attack them, I guess if you go to Stormwind, all the humans go, help, help!
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna beat the tar out of them until I die.
You know what? Maybe they do that because they have such a higher power that they tell each other through, like brainwaves or something.
Oh, maybe
they talk through telepathy, maybe. Or it wouldn't be telepathy.
But it makes them sound like maybe the other classes are big wimps and they have to call for help. But no, that's what you do when you're fighting people. You're like, hey, get over here, help me. Don't just stand there.
Now the Draenei are taxonomically similar to the Protoss in Blizzard's StarCraft storyline. Both races are blue-skinned with blue tinted blood, and both employ bipedal.
Yeah,
unguligrade locomotion.
Say that 5 times fast.
Exactly.
Now, very few Draenei NPCs have last names, even ones without titles such as Defender. This may be due to few Draenei having family members left from their travels and from times of conflict, or may simply be a cultural trait.
Yeah, if you look, you notice that most of them don't have any kind of name or last name. Draenei are the only playable race that did not have a new class added during the Cataclysm expansion, which we don't care about.
Yeah. Now, the Draenei's numerous starting quests focus on undoing the damage the Exar did to the environment when they arrived on Azeroth. This has been considered by many to be an attempt by WoW to raise awareness of the ecological damage done by people in real life.
See, I like that. I like that Blizzard does it. I don't know that they do it so much anymore, but I know there for a while they were pretty big into the environment and stuff.
Yeah,
helping out. So And the Draenei are often criticized for having a very small presence in Azeroth. This may have been referenced in Wolfheart, where Tyrande told Velen that he was not invited to the Alliance Summit because everyone assumed that the Draenei had gone neutral and returned to Outland.
Oh, cool.
So that's why you
Didn't
don't
know
see
that.
them a whole lot.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it about the Draenei. We're still hoping for Burning Crusade to come out. We are going to be live streaming. Uh,
I will
the
tell you that as a Draenei, though, if you start out as a mage, you start out with 24 intellect and 24 spirit.
Oh, that's nice to know.
It's really high.
But we're still going to live stream BlizzCon Line and talk about it when it gets here. We can't wait. We're excited. We hope it's announced. Like, we have heard no confirmations, but more and more people are coming out and saying, "Hey, well, this is going on, so this is going to happen." Blah blah. And so everybody's seeing little things, but they might be blowing it out of proportion and just thinking it's going to happen. We might be doing the same thing, but we're excited and we're hoping it does come out.
I'm almost 90% positive that we're going to get it.
Yeah, me too. But anyways, that's it for this week for WoW Crusade. Now, we don't know if it's going to be a weekly podcast or anything. We're just going to put it out just whenever we want until it actually comes out. Then we might really get into it weekly or something like that. Alright, so we can't say have fun playing a game because Burning Crusade's not out yet, but hopefully you're playing WoW Nilla, or I just mentioned the WoW Classic podcast we got. Hopefully you're playing Vanilla WoW, and if you are, hopefully you're listening to WoW Nilla, or if you're playing Retail, where you got Azeroth Times podcast, so I hope you're having fun playing the games.
As always.
This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.